my review today is a surprise for me. I will be reviewing a recent package I got from Genre Parfums. This was not something I was anticipating. I really had no idea it was coming in. I had obviously ordered it, but I never got a tracking number, which from reading some posts on the road, seems that quite a few people didn't get tracking numbers this time around and the package just showed up. So anyway, pleasant surprise. I'm going to be giving my first impressions on what I got from Genre. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Alright, got some packing peanuts. It's exciting stuff. Try not to make a complete mess here. There are a lot of packing peanuts, which is not a bad thing. I will say that's one thing that's really nice about Genre is they do pack, the orders very well. So you know your items are going to come in and they're not going to be broken. All right, so what I get here. They started shipping them in these boxes, 30 ml boxes, which is pretty cool. Let's see what the first one is. And again, individually wrapped and inside a box. For those who aren't familiar, here's what the box looks like. It just says inspire through fragrance. They're the same kind of basic boxes, but they are a nice little touch. And they also put packing peanuts in there to prevent it from moving around inside the box. Nice little kind of added touch for, protection of the fragrance. This is the first one. It's Pendulum. This is their version of Initio Side Effect. I had this in the past. I ended up selling it. And I really picked it up. One, because at the time when I originally had it, I didn't really appreciate Side Effect for what it was. It was a fragrance that really had to grow on me. So I got this because I've since picked up several other clones of Initio Side Effect, and I want to be able to compare them to genres. So I really just picked this up to review it for the channel, but I do really have started to appreciate Side Effect a lot more, and it's something that I kind of wanted back in the collection anyway. I will say, looks like there's potentially some debris floating around here. It could have just been the bubbles, because now I'm not seeing it. I don't know. It looked like there was something in there, but it could have very well just been the bubbles. Alright, the next one I picked up this is the one I've been looking forward to the most. This is their version of Royal Crown Sultan. So I think a lot of people are looking forward to this one, me included. I actually picked up King Fragrance's version 2, and that should be here within the next couple of days. So I will be doing a first impressions on this. I will be doing the first impressions on the King's version, and I will also be comparing the two at some point for those who are considering getting both. Just so you kind of know how they compare to one another. Now I will say I've never smelled the real thing, so I won't be able to say which one's closer. I might pick up a decant at some point though, just for to be able to do a comparison. But right now, I haven't smelled the real thing, so I can't tell you how close either of them are. I can just compare scent-wise to each other. So I got 2 bottles of this. The other one was a backup of that. And lastly, I got Rome. So this was a small haul. I only got 4 bottles, 2 of which were Sultan. Rome was one I had been wanting to try as well. So let's go ahead and get into Sultan, see how it smells. Caps are very tight. I know that's an issue. Devin was saying, for whatever reason, this go around they weren't able to fix it. I can't remember why. But it is what it is. Let's see if I can find the tester strips I had. I don't know what I did with them. So we will be using a Post-it note, unfortunately. Oh, here's one. Okay, nothing's on it. Wonderful atomizer. The old atomizers on these weren't very good. They're okay, but when they changed to they changed their bottle slightly. The caps changed. The caps used to be wider, shorter. When they changed that, they changed the atomizers as well, and the new ones are great. This smells really good. It is a vanilla dominant fragrance. Ooh, it smells really good. So I know there's florals in it. There's also like sandalwood and I think agarwood and in the dry down. And then there's some florals in the mid. And then Madagascar vanilla I know is in the opening, as well as some fruit notes and something else. But what I'm getting from it mainly though, like what you're actually smelling, that vanilla is in the forefront for sure. You're getting some of the floral components. It's giving this kind of slightly like classy vibe to it. It's definitely sweet though. This is certainly something you can only wear in the fall and the winter. Very, very sweet. Definitely unisex. I think it's, the vanilla and the sweetness kind of makes it lean more feminine, but the way the florals come across in this and the way the woods are done, to me, almost is reminiscent to an extent of something like Replicas by the Fireplace by Mason Margiela. It's kind of smoky, and not smoky like, barbecue smoke that you might get at some like Aventus batches, or incense smoke like something you'd get from the Blue Beast, Interlude Man by Mouage. This is very much similar to By the Fireplace as far as how the smoke comes off. Now, smoke was not listed, and it could very well just be how the florals in the woods interact with the vanilla, why I get that. But I certainly get a smoky vanilla vibe. It smells good. Very good. Again, this is something definitely for the cold weather, but I'm interested to see how it dries down. How the scent profile comes across makes me think this is going to be one of genre's longer lasting scents. So a lot from the house. Perform decent, but not what I would call, beast mode or anything like that. There's a few exceptions. One is Peaceful Night, which is genre's interpretation of Sent a Piece for Him by Bond Number 9. That one is a beast, an absolute monster. I mean, you're smelling it all day. Another one that performs very well is Heirloom, and that is, Clive Christian's Rock Rose, and that one for me performs very well also. Those are probably the two strongest on my skin that I've smelled from the house. It smells really good, first of all, but this I can see lasting, a long time. And again, you're getting the sandalwood, you're getting the florals. It smells like there's almost lavender in here. And the way it's coming across is the way that kind of everything combines with the vanilla. And it could be the type of vanilla they use, Madagascar vanilla. I don't know how that differs from normal vanilla, but other than where it comes from. But I mean, as far as like the actual scent profile of the vanilla and how it differs from vanilla used in other fragrances, I would not be able to tell you, but I'm certainly getting this kind of smoky vibe. Like I said, By the Fireplace. Without that marshmallowiness, it's not to the same level as By the Fireplace smoke-wise. It's this light kind of smoke behind the vanilla, But it could very well, like I said, it could just be the combination of the notes and how they come across. The smoke is not listed. It's not something that's supposed to be in here. It smells really good. It's not changing a whole lot. Again, this is still pretty new into the development. I just sprayed it. So I'll have to see how it changes. But it smells fantastic right now. Even if it were to stay like this, it is something I very much plan on wearing during the winter. It smells great. Through the fall and the winter, I will absolutely be wearing this. So anyway, this smells really good. That is Eau de Vinil. That is their Royal Crown Sultan. I would wear it right now on the skin, but I'm about to go to the gym and I don't want to be smelling like that. I will say something I've noticed, for whatever reason, Pendulum seems to be not filled all the way. It's not a big deal, it's cheap enough, but like it's definitely not filled as much as the other ones. It looks like it was already kind of sprayed. So let's see what Rome smells like. Can't remember what the interpretation of Rome is. I just know I've never smelled it before. And I didn't have time to look it up, so I won't be able to speak to that. But I will give a full, final thoughts, full breakdown on all of these, including this. And when I do, I will obviously have the interpretation of what this is, supposed to be cloning, as well as go through the notes with you. Right now, I'm just going to tell you what I get from it. I don't know what the notes are and how the scent comes across. Oof. Oh, wow. Very citrusy in the opening. Oh, that smells good. In the air, it smells better than on paper, but immediately when it came out, citrus burst. It smells kind of like bergamot or pineapple. Ooh. Almost like a sort of like Creative Ventus vibe in the very opening, but fresher, without any of that tartness that you get. Well, I take that back. Tartness, but it doesn't smell as pineapple-y. It smells more kind of almost like there's like maybe some lemon, bergamot. It smells very fresh. It smells very like authentic. It smells very natural. But I'm getting a lemon vibe from it. It could also be orange or grapefruit or something in there. And some woods. It's slightly sweet, citrus. Smells kind of like bergamot and lemon. And there's like some woods in the back, giving it this slightly kind of masculineness to it. It smells good. I might spray this in my hand because I might make this my gym scent. I don't know, again, how it's going to dry down or anything. It smells really good. I'm actually really impressed on this because I haven't heard a whole lot of people talk about Rome from genre. Yeah, very citrus dominant. It smells better in the air than on skin or in the paper. I guess then up close. Which is good in a way, because not that it smells bad up close, it doesn't, but it smells better in the air. But I mean, that's the sillage, right? That's probably how it's going to come across to people as you're walking past them. So that's not a bad thing. Definitely citrusy. It's not a very complex fragrance, at least it doesn't smell it. I don't know what the notes are. It could be very complex. I have no idea. It doesn't come across very complex. It comes across, again, pretty simplistic. It sounds like, to me, it smells like it's made up of mainly citruses and woods, with a mainly citrus and woods. I'm not getting much else, but it smells really good. I'm gonna let it kind of settle a minute and see how it changes. I'm not going to spray Pendulum yet, just because I want to compare it to the other ones. I want to be able to compare them all at the same time, so I don't want to get into this one yet. I know based on what I had before kind of what it's going to smell like, but it smells good. It smells you know, it's staying pretty linear too, as was the other. It's just like this bright citrus opening, almost like if you took the opening from Office for Men, dialed back some of the woods, and made it more pleasant. Not as kind of, I get this slightly almost skanky vibe from Office for Men. This doesn't have any of that, but it's that nice citrus burst in the opening. Again, it smells very natural. It doesn't smell synthetic. It smells very real. It smells like real lemon, like real citrus. If there is grapefruit in here, again, it's coming across natural. It's not coming across, synthetic at all, or like kind of like the the grapefruit accord or whatever. Or how you'll have stuff like a grape accord that smells like you say you're having grape soda or a candle or something like that. That's got the kind of fragrant. It smells like grape, but it doesn't smell like actual grapes. Or a lot of things are like that, right? They'll have an accord that doesn't smell how the actual fruit smells. It's trying to replicate, or how the actual thing replicates. It's just something that we kind of associate with it, and we created this kind of almost scent profile in our minds, and we call it that. But it differs quite substantially from the real thing. This smells very natural, but it's not very. I'm not getting a whole lot else other than the citrus in the woods. I kind of want to look it up now. I think I will while we're here. I won't keep this too long, but I am curious. And like I said, I will do a full breakdown when I have an opportunity to actually wear it. I'll do a full breakdown on both. Let's see here. Okay, so it's not coming up. It's not coming up, and I don't want this video to be super long. Let me try one more thing real quick. Okay. So this is Louis Vuitton Sur La Route. It says opens with nondescript citruses. Definitely getting citruses. Very off-putting grass note. I'm not getting that. I'm getting a dryness, but it's coming from. This is a review somebody had done. I'm getting a dryness, but it smells like wood. So the top notes are supposed to be bergamot and lemon, definitely getting those. Middle notes, grass, nutmeg, and cardamom. I'm not getting the cardamom. Base, leather, patchouli, cedar, and the ISOE super. I'm getting more of the ISOE super and the cedar, the woods, and that lemon and the bergamot. But it is pleasing. And I'm getting the leather now that I read it. I can smell it. To me, it was coming across just kind of more like woody, but I am getting it. But it is a very toned down leather, almost like a suede. It's not in your face. It's in Tuscan leather. This is very minimal leather. Just kind of gives this kind of more masculine vibe to it. Smells really good. I don't get the grass vibe. I don't get that at all. But this smells really good. I'm gonna smell the Sultan real quick. Ooh. So it's getting creamier. It's slightly less sweet. And the smoke's kind of settled a little bit. Well, I'm getting, interpreting the smoke, I know it's not, but it smells good. It's still pretty linear though. It hasn't changed a whole lot, both of these. But they're both killer. They smell really good. Again, they're both fairly simplistic as far as how they come across, but they're done very well. So these are instances when sometimes, less is more. And it's not that they don't have a lot of ingredients, they do, but not a lot of them come out. But that's not a bad thing, because it's how they kind of interact. For instance, with Sultan, that I think it's coming across the way it's coming across. There's not specific notes, obviously, for anything to do with smoke, but to me, that's how I'm getting it. Of course, scent is subjective, so You might interpret it differently, but to me, I get a smoky vanilla that smells very rich. It smells very expensive. It smells high quality. It smells luxurious. And I think it's going to be a really freaking good fragrance right now. And Rome is, again, it's staying pretty linear, but you get that burst of citrus, that lemon, the bergamot, and those woods with a slight leather accord. They're both really good. So I'm going to do 4 reviews. I've had a chance to wear them. But yeah, no regrets with this haul. Like I said, I do have Kings coming in, their Sultan coming in. I will do a review on that, and then I'll compare the two. And so keep an eye out for that. I will also do a full breakdown on Rome. And I'm going to do a side effect clone comparison video. So that's when Pendulum will come in.